Hello, everyone, and welcome to the David Goodman Reality and Truth Show. My name is Vanita Lambert, and this is Donna Bourne. Go ahead, Donna. Introduce yourself.
My name is Donna Boyne. I'm a certified CNA.
And you're my guest today, so thank you so much for being here. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of our agenda for the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
So make sure you stay tuned. We're going to be having Eldorado Anderson. He is a school teacher from Maryland, and he's also one of the founders of Black Wall Street Bridgeport. He's going to be with us next week. And then the week after that, we're going to have Malcolm Wilson as the guest.
Nice.
And he's running for the 4th consul seat in Stratford. So make sure you tune in, not just now, but, the following weeks, we have some really, really good stuff coming up. Before we jump into our show, I just want to say thank you to everybody out there that is doing their part to crush COVID. I actually have the opportunity to get my 24-year-old son vaccinated on the spur of the moment. I had just finished from the gym one morning, and my sister called me and said, Channel 8 News is advertising Griffin Health Hospital on the New Haven Green. You don't need an appointment. You don't need anything. You could just go and get vaccinated. And so I went home, woke my son up. We went out there, and they said that, once I got in line, they said, well, you have to be a resident of New Haven. Then I heard you had to have an appointment. It was all this hearsay. Anyway, so I pitched a little bit of a fit. That's who I am. That's what I do. I mean, it wasn't a full-blown fit, but it was a little bit of a fit. And I was talking to the president of Griffin Hospital. I said, look, wait a minute. We have been out here since 8 o'clock this morning, and we didn't know anything about you had to be a resident of New Haven or all these other things that were going on. And he was nice enough to say, listen, Channel 8, maybe we didn't give them all the information or whatever. It was a miscommunication. So he said, we're going to vaccinate. It was me and a couple other people from Stratford.
Right.
He said, we are going to get you guys vaccinated. So when they start setting up the cones for the lines, it turned out I was the second person in line. While my son was in the car, mind you, because, he has a whole different personality. Once they said you needed to be a resident, he would have left, and it would have never happened. Anyway, I was the second person in line. They had all these beautiful tents, all these beautiful people set up on New Haven Green. They were so nice. They had volunteers. They had the military out there volunteering. It was just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And my 24-year-old son was able to get 1 dose of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that day. And I was just like, and then after he got his vaccination, they put you in a recovery tent for about 15 minutes, so you have to recover. And while he was sitting in the tent, he was interviewed by Channel 3 News.
Wow.
When we got home, my neighbor told me that Jonathan was on TV. I was like, oh, man. I hate that I missed it. He said he did a great job. He's very calm, and he just talked about how he was feeling and this and that and the other. So it was just an exciting thing. I thank God for that opportunity, that we happened to be in the right place at the right time and heard the right things. So now, you don't have to go through all that. As of, I think they said May 1st, Donna,
Yeah.
You don't need an appointment. You could just walk in, just like you walk in to get your nails done or walk in to get your hair done or whatever. You can walk in and get a vaccination. At any age. I'm sorry, not at any age, excuse me. Age 16 and older. She's a CNA, correct me.
Age 16 and
16
over,
and
yeah.
old, okay. So
and
age
over.
16 and over. How exciting is that? So I am really, really excited about that. And also, the restaurants are opening up. I could go out to eat and drink. I miss my margaritas. But on a serious note, we can go out with our friends.
Yes, that's the
You
good
can have
thing
as many
about the
people as you
summer.
want at a table. And
Yes, we're getting back our time.
yeah, yep, and that's going to be effective. And then the restaurants is going to stay open late to 12 o'clock.
Yes, and what I see came over the news the other day that once you vaccine and you can go about without your mask with people who already vaccinated though
And outside.
and outside.
Outside. So that's me. I've been fully vaccinated since March 10th. And yes, I have the Johnson & Johnson. And I hope they bring that back. I know there's been a little bit of a
They said that it's
negative
back.
twist to that. But
They say it's
is it back? Okay. Yeah, because we definitely need those one-dose vaccines, especially like Johnson & Johnson, for, people that may not come back and get their second shot. We're trying to reach everybody in the community, people that may be on the street or, just hard to reach people in rural areas or just whatever.
And one thing that I recognize too and what they say is that if you don't vaccine, when it reach to a percentage of people that take the vaccine, then we have to, whoever don't take the vaccine have to pay big bucks coming up soon.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, on their defense, I know a lot of people are not able to take that vaccine. I know at least 2 people that are allergic to the flu shot.
That's what I'm scared
Yeah,
about.
so their doctor recommended that they not take it. So those people, they're an exception. If you're allergic, it's going to do more harm than good.
That's
If
why
if you're allergic to the flu shot, if I was allergic to the flu shot, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. Or I would have talked to my doctor because you just don't know.
Well, I can speak on behalf of that because I haven't taken my vaccine as yet, and the reason why is because I'm allergic to the vaccine as well, and my doctor is trying to see what I can do, what she can, try to find out what I'm allergic to in the vaccine, because right now I heard that they are preparing some other vaccine for people like me who allergic to just the regular vaccine, what you call the vaccine?
Which one? Pfizer?
No, the regular vaccine.
Okay.
Yeah.
The COVID,
not
the flu shot?
The
Which
flu
one?
shots.
Oh, okay.
The flu shots.
Well, under certain, special
I-
circumstances, no, don't get it done. Just
I
don't
would
do
like
it.
to get it done, but because of that reason, I have to hold back until they come up with something else that I can take.
Okay. Well, so that's fine. If you're allergic, it's going to do more harm than good. Consult your doctor and don't do it. So we're trying to get to, I want to shout out to all of the seniors out there, all the boomers like myself. We are doing a fantastic job in Connecticut. 90% of boomers 65 and older are vaccinated. That's herd immunity. Now we got to try to get the rest of them. And then I heard that like 58%, and I know these are a lot of numbers.
I would recommend people from 65 and up to take their vaccine.
Well, if they're able to, but not if
Yeah.
they're allergic like you or
That's
have a
what I'm
certain
saying.
illness. Yeah.
Yes, that's out of it. But if don't sit down and hearing all these, because I'm going to speak on experience with my mom. My mom is 83, and because of there's a lot of stuff that people been saying about the vaccine, my mom is afraid to take the vaccine. So I have to remind her of what the COVID is coming to do. COVID is trying to kill off the older people. So I say, Mom, you 83. You cannot go by what the younger generation is saying. You have to take your COVID shots and make sure that you stay safe.
Here's my advice. I wouldn't go by anything anybody says if they are not a scientist or a doctor. And that's been the problem. Don't listen to all this. I mean, if I need to get my taxes done, I'm going to go to an accountant. If I get sick, I'm going to go to a doctor. Okay? So when it comes to certain things, go to the experts. Why would I give somebody medical advice when I don't know anything about medicine? Just don't listen to regular people. They're rumors.
It's not regular people. Those
Oh,
are
okay.
people who come on the news as doctors. Doctors that come on the news and
Okay.
telling people not to take the vaccine because this, this. But what I try to tell people, as long as you are not allergic to certain things that is in the vaccine, go ahead and take a vaccine. Because at the end of the day, you are taking antibiotic. What is in the antibiotic? So you trust the doctor to give you an antibiotic. It's the same thing. This thing is a life and death thing. And if God sends something for you to help to save your life, you're going to stay there and trying to think that this thing is not good. Come on, you can listen to people. You have to go about and taking it.
I'm baffled because I have not heard a doctor on TV say don't take the vaccine.
I see people.
I just
say
haven't
it.
seen that, and I'm a news connoisseur. I watch it all the time. I
there.
haven't heard like Dr. Fauci, Dr. Gupta. I watch the CNN. I watch all of them. I have not heard a doctor say that. I've heard people on certain news stations say don't take it because they're just being ignorant. But I haven't heard any doctors. So anyway, I would go to my own personal doctor who has your medical history, who you've been going to your whole life or, for all of your annual visits and stuff like that, and know your medical history and know what you're allergic to, know what your medications are, and just take their advice and then, go from there. But for the most people can take it. And it's not going to do anything. Now, then there's this other small group of folks. They're called anti-vaxxers. And if you don't want to take the vaccine, I don't recommend it, but that is your prerogative. No one can force you to take the vaccine.
That's what I was going to say.
What is wrong with wearing the mask? That's not political. That's not medical. That is just common sense. So the thing that really gets me are the people that are anti-vax and anti-mask and want to come back into the community with the people that are vaccinated. It's just, it's baffling to me how they come up with that thinking, how they think like that. And, because in this country, we've been vaccinated since we were 2 weeks old.
Exactly.
You go for your 2-week checkup, you get a shot as a baby, you got to get shots to get into school, and there's just a whole bunch of other things. But anyway, do what we can to crush COVID. Do your part. Wear your mask. Get your vaccination. Do whatever you have to do because this state, Connecticut, we're on track. Mm-hmm. We're doing good. We're opening up. I want to celebrate the 4th of July like the way I used to. I want to go to Seaside Park or Beardsley Park with no mask on. I hope it's a nice sunny day with no mask on and just cook out and grill and play frisbee and walk on the beach. And if you see somebody, hug them. Somebody you haven't seen in a long time. It's like we're scared to touch people now.
Scared to
I
touch.
actually had to apologize for almost hugging somebody during COVID. How stupid does that sound?
You sound stupid, but guess what?
That's
just the
where
life.
we are. That's where we are. So I want to get back to celebrating. And that's everything that I'm about. And for the first time, I went on vacation in 2 years. I was like a 5-year-old kid. We went to Myrtle Beach. It was in April, of course. Well, it was this month. And we had like one really hot day. So yes, I put on my bathing suit. And I didn't get in the water. The water was absolutely freezing. It was just freezing. But these are some of the things that we can do. The more people get vaccinated, the more normal things are going to become. Mm-hmm. And that's just the bottom line. So do your part to crush COVID. So what have you been up to, Donna? What have you been up to besides a CNA? What other things are you interested in, and what kind of things do you do in terms of being healthy?
Well, being healthy, I promote healthy eating.
Okay.
I promote healthy eating. I certified retailer of Total Life changes.
Okay.
Product where you can, reach me at retail.totallife.
Okay.
So anyway, if you wanna know how to eat, you just need to just eat healthy.
Yeah,
Eat
and-
healthy and drink plenty of water. Take your vitamin, take your supplement, and get some good rest.
So if somebody was to email you, you would give them free information
Yes.
on how to stay healthy. That's awesome. That's awesome. So what else do you do to stay healthy?
Well, exercise.
I'll get you right there. She ain't been to the gym
I
in like
exercise
2 or 3 months.
No, I don't have to
We're
go to the
gym
gym.
buddies. She have not come.
I don't have to go to the gym to
I know.
exercise.
I'm just
So
kidding.
guess what? I get up every morning and I exercise at my home. Okay, and I even invite people with me on my phone, and we exercise together, and we have some good time. So. My friend here.
I have not gotten an invitation. That's all I'm going to
My
tell you. I'm
friend
at the
here-
edge. I'm at the edge, and I know I don't see her.
I'm going to try to join her at the edge very soon. But I'm just at the place where I can't get up in the morning that early.
And with very good reason. I'm just teasing with you. She's focusing on working on getting another certification. So she's
my LPN.
Yep, working on
Yeah.
your what?
LPN.
LPN. That's licensed
Practical nurse.
nurse. See, I don't even know all the medical terms. And we need more nurses.
Oh, yes.
We
Yes.
definitely do. So that's definitely more important than going to the gym. Although I would have to see you at your home. I'm so sorry. I love you, but I would have to see that. We were going to the gym for a while, like almost every day. I try to go Monday, Tuesday, and then now I'm going to take Wednesday off because my body needs a break, and go Thursday and Friday. And she used to go with me all the time. But then it got cold, and she's from Jamaica, so just put 1 and 1 together. I said,
It got cold. I'm not a cold person.
she's Jamaican, and it got cold. Hello. So she didn't go to the
Hello.
gym. And I do
I'm
go
a sunshine girl.
Yeah, I do go really early, so I'm there at like 5. They open
But
up
I
at
miss
5,
you, though.
5:30.
I miss you.
Oh yeah.
And you go. She leave me for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, rather 3 weeks. Haven't seen her. I seen her within 3 weeks today.
So you miss me enough to go to the gym if I call you? Not that much. Oh my God.
We can go in the afternoon too.
Okay. All right. That sounds great.
Yes.
So, yes. So, like I said, I just want to shout out to Eldorado Anderson once again. He will be with us next week, and we're going to have a big, huge information center where it's going to be at Hall Neighborhood House or Hall Home. I forgot what they call it. It was Hall Home when I was coming up. And it's going to be a whole bunch of vendors out there, and we're going to be providing free information on health, on finances, nutrition, and there'll just be a whole bunch of things going on. So you probably want to come out to that, and that's going to be May 8th, I believe. It's going to be May 8th. Saturday, May 8th. Well, check that. Yeah, Saturday, May 8th. So you can come out and get some free information for your family. And, there's nothing better than free information. Information is the single most important thing that you can get. It's always good to listen to someone, even if you think you know what the answer is.
Right.
Because you got nothing to lose and the information is free. Now, whether you take that advice or not, it's up to you. And I will definitely be there because I'm full of information. I advocate for seniors. One of my companies is American Senior Benefits, and I sit down with 10 to 15 families every single week, and I sit at their table and I do a free confidential needs analysis on the 4 areas that will affect their lives the most, and that's their health care, long-term care, final expense planning, and retirement income. And I ask a bunch of questions, and based on their answers to my questions, I sit down and I put a custom plan together for them because no two people are alike. Even husband and wife are on different plans.
Right.
No two people are alike. And I can't think of anything during this pandemic that's more important than your health and your life insurance right at this time.
Right.
We've lost so many people. We don't want to lose anymore. So take good care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, eat right. Go to the doctor, get your checkups every single year. If there's anything wrong and you do your annual checkups, you can find out early, you know, and that could prevent a whole bunch of pain, whole bunch of money for medications and hospital stays.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. So I will be there with my flagship financial table. I'll be there with my tent, and I'm bringing my helper, who's also my husband. Got to have somebody to set up all that stuff. But what Eldorado Anderson is doing, I'm sure he's one of the founders of Black Wall Street Bridgeport. And I know that one of the things that he's doing is encouraging entrepreneurship. You know, and that's
good.
That's excellent, you know, because a lot of times, you know, like my son, you'll have a bunch of people that go to college, they spend, you know, $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. They get their bachelor's degree. And then once they get that, my son's in a situation where he can't get a job until, well, in his field, until he has 3 years experience. And so as soon as he graduated, you know, he did Uber for a little while, and then COVID struck. So now he's in his second year of, you know, being graduated, of having his degree, and still not being able to get that internship, you know, to get that experience in his field. So in a situation like that, you can always start your own company. You got the education. He took the entrepreneur class. We have a consultant that will help you put together a business plan. Yeah. You know, that's all it really takes is a great business plan. If you have a great business plan, there are banks out there and, you know, companies that will help you get a loan and implement your plan. And so that's one of the things that he does that I'm really, really, you know, proud of. And, you know, like I said, if you can't find a job, create a job for yourself. You know, there's a freelancing website that he goes on to where, you know, if someone new starts up a business, you know, he could design like a logo for them.
Right.
Yeah, you know, and do it cheap.
You do websites?
Since he's not,
You do websites? He does website as well?
Does he do websites? He is a, a video game design and development kid. So that, I think part of that is, I know some of the jobs that he could do is design like airplanes. You know how you have, you know, design airplanes. Another thing he could do is design those, the robots, the simulating robots that, you know, hospitals are talking about having robots do, you know, general surgeries. So you have to build the robot, you have to design it to do that. He can do that. He's a designer. And there's some other things he could do that I just don't know about because I don't have that education that he does. But yeah, he could do signs and things like that. So if, say, for example, you opened up your business and, you know, you're on a tight budget like most of us are, and you needed a sign made and, you know, a design to come up with something, you know, with your business. Just say it's, you know, a coffee and tea shop, for example. He could design something custom for you.
Okay.
Yep. And you have to do it that way anyway, you know. So if whatever your business is, I just brought up my son because, you know, he's a familiar situation that I can talk about from a point of experience, how he worked really hard, he graduated, he did everything right, and then this system with the COVID just kind of shut him down, you know? So he's sitting at home with a degree now, just got his shot, and waiting for, you know, the state to really open up, which I think is going to be like July 1st, and hopefully get back out and, try to find an internship. I told him, go for the internship. You live at home. You ain't paying no bills. Me and my husband paying all the bills. You're not married. You got no kids. Now is the time
Yeah.
to do all those
Launch
things and
out.
to buy your sports car and to, to get all that out of your system, because when you have a wife and kids, it's going to change.
Different.
Yes.
Everything is gonna change.
Especially with the money. Oh my God. So entrepreneurship is exciting. Find out, what your passion is. And if you can't find a job,
One thing I know, when you have a business, you have to know you have to sit down really and search what behind the business that you're going into. You have to know what's behind it. Try to figure out what you're gonna do. Take it step by step and research.
Yep.
Do researches and ask people who have businesses of great ideas. Ask them how they do. You will get a lot of information from other people who is very successful in their business. It doesn't have to be the same business as you are, but just to get the information and how to move forward with what you have implement before you, then you can able to, put it together and become, more progressive.
exactly. And speaking of success, I heard that most millionaires and billionaires have more than one business. You gotta diversify. You gotta
yes.
have,
Oh,
like
yes.
I have my insurance business. I also have a little TV business that I do on the side that I'm a consultant for. So, and that's as far as I'm going, because I'm older now. I'm not looking to grow. But for you younger millennials and everything, you want to, have more than one thing going for yourself.
Okay.
Another thing I noticed that these millennials are doing are investing in stocks. And, the crypto, they are making a killing on that. And that's something that I never really got into.
What?
Yeah, my son, yes, girl. Anyway, we have about 30 seconds left. Our show is over. I'm glad, we had this time. So,
Yes.
Donna, any last words for the audience?
No, I just want to tell people, just, enjoy life. This is what we get. Just enjoy life. Do what is best for you to live so that you can live again.
Amen. Amen. That sounds like good advice. And I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. This is the David Goodman Reality and Truth Show, and we're on your side.